Hey guys, what's going on? Ez and Mike back with a quick review today. Happy New Year. Happy 2017. It's been a while. Sorry about that. We have been away.
Long time.
Oh my God. But that was due to some bad and some good in 2016.
Yep.
So, first of all, this is going to be a Rogue One review. And since we're talking about Star Wars, before we go any further, we wanted to talk about Carrie Fisher.
Absolutely. Devastating.
Yeah. Well, that's what Mark Hamill said. Hashtag devastated. There are no words, and so we've seen Collider videos and other people posting things and talking about it, and it was sad. And then the factor that her mom, passed away.
Yeah, that was terrible. I
was surreal.
I don't think anyone could believe it. But that happens. Yeah. It happens more often than people know.
Yeah.
With families.
Yeah, it does. So, but we love her. She was our princess, and we are gonna miss her big time. So
it's one of the really crappy things of 2016.
Yes, it was. So, but there was some good in 2016. The reason Mike has been away for so long is one, because I had a restraining order out against him. But
thank you for dropping the restraining order. That was I appreciate that.
You're welcome. No, we're totally joking. Wedding. Congratulations.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, it was. It's done. That was over. That was stressful. It's all over.
God.
I'm happy to be back with Let's Look It Up, and I'm looking forward to getting back into the swing of things.
Good.
I've missed quite a bit here in the last quarter of 2016, so I'm excited to get into 2017 and get going.
Yeah, we're just pumped to start a new year and get back after it. So to wrap up 2016, though, we had an awesome movie. Rogue One came out, and it was awesome.
It was really awesome.
Epic. So,
it was awesome.
First things first, let's just get our initial thoughts and reactions. When you walked to the theater, we saw it opening night.
Yep.
We saw it opening night at 7 o'clock.
7, and
then midnight.
Yep.
And then the next day.
Yes, the next day. Yeah, the next morning.
We've gone to the theaters quite a bit. We've really supported this movie. So, what'd you think? Initial thoughts?
Just floored, man. I was so happy with it. I was surprised by the amount of people that said they didn't like it, like hardcore Star Wars fans. Yeah. I don't know how you went out of there unsatisfied. Right. Whether it's the crawl or the score, I don't know how you're not satisfied overall with that. It was.
Yeah.
I left overjoyed, and that's why we went back and saw it 2 more times.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My initial thought walking out of that, I was blown away. We to kind of jump ahead, we made a predictions video, and we were kind of just talking about what was going to be in this movie, and it was basically everything that we wanted to see, we saw, and things that we were kind of like, boy, that would be cool, but we hope they don't do that. Yeah, they didn't let us down.
They did.
I mean, it was awesome. So. It was great. What did you say box office wise? It was making.
I think
after about just a little over 2 weeks.
2 weeks, they're at like $400 million bucks. I mean, that's. Have
they
already paid George Lucas back on all that? I mean, for what they paid for.
If not, they're gonna. Yeah, it will be well. Yeah, he'll be. Yeah.
I mean, they're about even now, so there's a profit being made now. Hands down,
they're going to for sure. They've got this under wrap. Cool. So then there's more money to be made there, and it's doing well, and so we're happy about that. What are one of the things we wanted to get to? We have our prediction video. A couple things that we got right, a couple things that we got wrong.
Some things we got very right, and some things we got very wrong.
Oh my gosh, that is so true. Let's see. We have some things we got right. We talked about Princess Leia, and by the way, we have a Facebook page, and if you would like to, you can go check that out. We do things on YouTube and things on Facebook and what have you. So, but on there we posted live. We were actually live several times, like at the theater and different places. But we wanted just a quick sort of predictions. What do we think is going to happen? We said that Princess Leia would be in it. You had said you had seen something in Collider videos. And,
Collider, great channel. We really like those guys. They got some insider information that they had casted some people for Tarkin and Princess Leia, and they were dead on with that information. So props to you guys for getting that. That was great. We didn't really know who the Princess Leia actress was, but you knew she had to be in there, whether it was 500 yards away, seeing an image of who you know to be Princess Leia, or not expecting a close up. That I don't think a
No, I
close up
know.
or even a line, even if it was one word, I don't think we were expecting that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I kept, yeah. So, and yeah, she had the one line at the end, which
Yeah.
by the way, I mean, after, Carrie's passed away, now you go back and you watch, you're like,
Crazy.
my gosh, it just tears at you. But
Yeah,
it's awesome. So well done. So we thought she'd be in it. She was in it,
definitely.
which was awesome. We also thought that Darth Vader would be limited,
But effective.
Yeah. And absolutely
Didn't disappoint.
no, that was amazing. I thought it was really cool how they went to what is it, like his basically his fortress?
His castle. I think
Yeah.
that's from the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that was really neat that they tied that in there, and we got to go see him there, and we got to see. They didn't show. Did they show the tank?
They showed the back to tank. Yeah,
They did. Okay,
they did.
All right, good. I wasn't sure if they did or not. Yeah,
Because we initially
That's
saw that
right.
in the preview.
That's right.
And then we didn't see it for a long time, and we thought maybe they took it out. Maybe that was just a teaser. We assumed it was Vader, and it was. It was.
Yeah.
Props to. I don't know if it was. There's this particular one spoiler channel we like watching. Some of it's kind of crazy stuff. Mike can't remember the gentleman's name, but sometimes he's a little out there in his predictions and information. But props to him for catching a still frame of the behind the scenes creaturette video.
You showed me that.
He caught that whatever,
like a mannequin
of Vader, and they used it. We saw a face and everything. I don't think it was Hayden Christensen, but
Yeah,
good.
That's okay. That's fine. Yeah, cool. So that was awesome. What do you think of this? I mean, we're going to talk later on about plot and stuff, but then, so we won't mention this a whole lot at the end. Just
so good.
Effective. That's where we saw Vader be effectively used. There was one corny line.
Oh, the don't choke on your ambitions.
Yeah.
That was another funny thing we mentioned. Hopefully he doesn't have any corny lines in our prediction video.
We did.
No, but I mean, he said, don't choke on your ambitions.
Well, and Tom told us, James Earl Jones, how dare you? There's no way you can have a corny line. I don't know, Tom. That wasn't his fault. That's he's got to read what they put down for him.
You can tell that was kind of, I don't know. It kind of seemed like it was thrown in there. Just you could have done probably with a better job with that scene.
Force choked, and then that be it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Did he have any corny lines in the movies when he choked people?
He was just epic.
He just choked him.
He just was
and then
epic.
said, "You're next. You're the next in line."
Yeah, he did. There was not a whole lot of. They didn't really. It is what it is. So, another thing, still in predictions, we predicted that we'd see lots of Tarkin, and you said that because of you've read the book.
Catalyst.
Yeah.
I mean, Catalyst is a lot of Tarkin. It's obviously a lot of director Krennic and kind of their relationship and Krennic's not only kind of manipulation of Galen Erso, but his manipulation of Tarkin as well. You need to read that book, to be honest. We'll do a little thing on Catalyst here another time or in word format, but he manipulates Tarkin too. He almost tries to actually get him killed. So there's a lot of history there in Catalyst that you knew just had to kind of transpire into Rogue One as well. And we saw it, I think initially when we saw Tarkin, the CGI and everything, you see him looking in the window at the out of the destroyer onto the Death Star, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. They're gonna show him in the window, and that's it.
Right.
He could talk like that the whole movie would have been great.
Right.
And then he turns, and everyone's just kind of freaking out, and the CGI was great. I'd have no qualms with that at all.
Yeah. So a lot of people there was a big controversy over that. They thought that they shouldn't have done that. Like he should have just stayed facing the window, and he shouldn't have. Turned around and been such a. He had to be. He is in charge of the Death Star. We know that. Like we had to see him and Krennic kind of go back and forth a little bit, and so I thought it was awesome. I didn't know how else they could have done it.
And that's the thing.
And it's Lucas. I'm sorry. It's Lucasfilms. It's Skywalker sound, and that's what they
can
do.
do it.
That's what they're known for. So
give them 5-10 years, they'll bring everyone back in CGI. To be honest, but that's. If we just had episode 4 to go off of and Tarkin's kind of involvement with the Death Star, maybe I would give him a teeny little scene like that with him looking in the window. But with Catalyst coming into play and showing his involvement, you had to have him. You had to have speaking roles. You had to have full conversations. You had to show him and Krennic going at it and butting heads because they do that in the book quite a bit.
Right.
So I was very pleased to see that, and like you said, the CGI was great.
Yeah,
It was very good.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Things we got kind of wrong in our predictions. Big one here. The Ray connection. That's my bad. That's my bad. So
It was a good theory, though.
Yeah, I'm still hoping that there's some, with Ray, some connection to Obi-Wan. So I was kind of hoping like maybe something happened with, I don't know. I don't even know what I was thinking. Now that I've seen and I've seen where, I wasn't really sure exactly where Scarif, the Battle of Scarif, and this film, I didn't realize they were going to drop those plans off to Princess Leia right at the end of
minutes.
So like it's just right at the beginning of episode 4. So I wasn't sure really where it was falling in between 3 and 4. It's kind of why I was thinking maybe there could potentially be a Ray connection, but we were wrong about that.
Yeah,
no big.
There's a lot of things that led into that. I mean, we kind of thought, and another prediction, we thought that everyone would die, but Jen.
That's true.
So, and I think that's kind of it. Being a Disney product now,
And
you kind of thought that someone would survive.
Yes.
We're
glad they didn't.
Glad we did. Glad they didn't now. Yeah.
I love the way that they did that, but we did think she was going to survive. And do you think that they changed it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They absolutely. And you look back at the previews now, and I think that's what kind of led us to believe she's going to survive. She's running down the beach with those plans, dodging AT walkers. Like, it looks like she's going to survive, and we play Battlefront a lot.
Yes, we do.
There is a scene, or there's a challenge within the Scarif DLC where you get the plans physically. You run through the jungle, and you get them on a U-wing, and you get out of there.
We haven't won that yet.
We haven't won it once. We're always on the losing side. But so having that information in those trailers, you look like she was going to survive.
Yeah, it did. It really did.
So I don't think it's a terrible prediction.
No, and I thought they did just enough with at the end with the sort of the romance scene at the end where they were kind of holding each other and things like that. It was just enough. There was just enough of character development, this build up, and I don't know. It was perfect.
It was good because Jen didn't have a lot in life, to be honest, and I'm sure there will be something out there, whether it's a comic or a cartoon of her history and kind of her involvement with Saw Gerrera. But we'll learn some of that story. I'm sure soon. But
all right. So now that was just sort of going over our predictions and things. We want to talk a little bit more in depth. We've already kind of done that. We kind of bounced around a little bit here, but like the plot. What did you think of beginning to end? We weren't really sure if it was going to flashback.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, or how we were going to get that tie-in with Galen Erso at the beginning. And
they did that really well, especially if you. Once again, you read Catalyst. That's what I'm saying. You have to get it on audiobook. The audiobooks, it's a great production. It's done very well. There's sound effects and everything. That's how I did it leading up into Rogue One, and it was great. But once again, it takes you in where they get on the planet, where they're kind of hiding out. It takes you right up to there, where they pretty much get there and they live their life. Well, they don't talk about them living their life really there, but it just ties in very well. So it seemed like a perfect place to start. However, if you haven't seen the movie, you wouldn't understand that Galen Erso's wife. I'm blanking on her name now. It's been 2 weeks. But she had actually a bigger role in the book.
I heard that.
Than you realize. And so there's kind of a nice kind of confrontation at the beginning with Krennic, Galen, and his wife. And he just says, troubled as ever, when she, comes out with a pistol or a blaster.
You can see there's that rapport between them.
You understand that in the book, and you see that, she's always questioning Krennic, and she starts to question her husband at some points. So that makes a lot more sense. You kind of have that backstory. So while you really don't need to read it, you should, so you can kind of, pick up where it left off. So that was great. The first 2 acts, as you may call them, leaving out the final third act, I think that built up the characters enough to where you're invested in them in that third act, which was great. What did you think?
Well, so talking about the different acts, I mean, and this is, we're kind of going to blend sequence of events and character development, talking about K2SO, right?
Great.
And how people were criticizing this film for, I don't know, the limited amount of time that they had. We have one film to develop these characters and to make us care about them, and we all cared about it when he died. You know what I mean? It was like
if you didn't, you got problems.
You're not a Star Wars fan.
That was sad.
No, but Yeah, that was sad. That was in the third act, and it was like we had enough time to really get some back and forth between him and Jen, and really enjoyed that. Oh gosh, I can't think of his name. The guy Donnie Yen, his character,
Chirrut.
Chirrut. Yeah,
Something like that.
I mean, man, I thought as I was watching the movie, I thought, my God, is he gonna face off against me? Like he kept saying the force is with me. I'm one with the force. I mean, he kept saying that over and over. I'm like, we're gonna have some build up here, or whatever. But there's this theme of sacrifice. Yes. I mean, that was the theme, and we watch episode 4, and we even in episode 6 when they talk about the sacrifice made by the different spies and these groups that go in and they steal the plans and stuff. Like we're like, wow, we know those people now, and we know the sacrifice that they made. And you're like, wow, that actually makes this movie that much more powerful and stuff. But I thought the plot, just the way the start, the flashbacks. There was several flashbacks. I mean, Jen is dreaming at one point, and she dreams back to her childhood, and you kind of get to see who she knew, how she grew up, and what have you. So I thought it was brilliant. I thought that they did a really good job pacing it and everything. I thought it was good. And
we learn about those characters and kind of their. I mean, we learn about Cassian and him and Jen kind of confront and say, we've all made sacrifices. You don't exactly know what his history is, but obviously he's made some sacrifices for that as well. As have Chirrut and I can't remember his friend now.
Yeah.
They're guarding this temple, and that tells you their history, that you don't have to go back and do flashbacks like you did with Jen. So you're invested with them, like you said, because of the sacrifice that they're, that they all have faith in.
And I hate to critique the prequels once again, but look at the writing in this. Yeah. Just that subtle, just enough, like the way that this film was written, you got that. You got those backstories in 1 to 2 to 3 lines, or just some back and forth dialogue between characters, and you really felt like, oh man, these guys have had a rough. The Empire. It's not been fun the past few years. I mean, this has not been. They've had issues and problems and have overcome things. So I don't know. I thought that was. It was great. I don't know. I don't know what people critique it for with the character development. I just don't get it.
Yeah,
you had this amount of time.
Exactly.
We get to learn about Rogue One and this team that went down and got the Death Star plans and how I don't know. It's just genius that they explained Galen Erso. That was genius. How he had to is like this double, agent, whatever kind of guy who, builds in this. What do you call it? Basically, self-destruct, whatever.
Kinda,
I mean, hit the reactor with one torpedo.
A subtle flaw that no one noticed but him.
And he had to be there. He had to stay there. It was a sacrifice again, another sacrifice that he made for like the galaxy.
Exactly.
It's awesome. So, what else do we have here? We wanted to talk about the.
Did you want to talk about the third act at all?
Should we?
Yeah, you don't have to.
Well, at this point in the video, they know it's great, and spoilers. I mean, we've been talking spoilers the whole time. Yeah. So, the ending is Vader.
Incredible.
Incredible.
One cool thing that this is I don't know when they show that dark corridor, and I'm really jumping to the end of the third.
Oh yeah, this is the very end.
The dark corridor, and you hear him breathing. That would have been a great place to cut. You see the lightsaber shootout. That also would have been a great place to cut. Right. I didn't really think we would see him just murdering everyone, and we did, and it was great. We were hoping for that.
I'm kind of glad it was.
We were hoping for it, and we initially thought it would be the whole cast.
I didn't look at how close. Look how close those plans were to not getting to where they needed to be.
Whoa! One little force pull.
I know.
Could have had them.
I know, a lot of confusion in there.
A lot of deaths. So that the end was great. But the way they carried, was it 3 to 4 fight scenes, one being inside the tower. That's one kind of scene. The other is these kind of individual scenes going on with each person, and
because the team splits up. Yeah, Rogue One team sort of splits up, and they're in pairs.
They even separate their deaths, which was kind of cool in a non-graphic but dignified manner. So that was a kind of a second sequence, and then there's kind of random battle sequence on the ground with people you don't just soldiers. And then in the sky, there's a space battle, and it all connects so beautifully. I know in our lightsaber critique, our top 5 lightsaber duels, we critiqued it for being too choppy. Some may say this was too choppy. It was beautifully
It was
put
blended so
together.
well.
It
You didn't even
was.
notice that was going on. You
No.
still like you weren't confused when they flashed here and there and background.
No.
Like you knew what was happening. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It was
The up in his one of his big ships, the Akbar lookalike general. I can't remember his name.
yeah.
He was on his ship. His ship had a glass floor. I mean, that would be
That was awesome.
terrifying.
That was
But it had
awesome.
a glass floor, and it showed you the planet and the gap in the shield that they were getting through. So it kind of, I don't know, it kind of related everything, so you understood where you were.
Yes, it did.
Visually,
You could see, and even some of the shots down on the beach and stuff, you could see if you looked.
Yeah.
And we went 3 to 4 times. You can see sort of this battle going on up in the sky.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
Best battle scene I think they've done.
Yeah, I think it's also the nods that they gave to
Great.
the older movies and bringing in Red Leader, Gold Leader, and those guys.
Yeah.
That was insane. I was
awesome.
losing it. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. They even have a guy in there for Red 5 who ends up dying, and that's going to be Luke
That was
later
so
on.
cool.
You know, it's like,
and I'm kind of
so
glad.
awesome.
I'm kind of glad we did this reaction now because we know so many little nuggets that we didn't know right out of the movie.
Yeah.
I think it was it Gold Leader and Red Leader?
Mhm.
I can't remember. Both of them looked the exact same as they did in episode 4. And I was like, that's not CGI. They looked too real.
Exactly. No, and
how did they not age?
Yeah,
40
exactly.
years.
They pulled that old footage, and you can tell that was what was brilliant. They pulled this old footage of just saying, you know, just the calls.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Red 5, Red 13, Red Leader.
Absolutely.
I mean, they just used the same line. It was
so good.
It was so great. Just and they're coming in to attack, and you're just like, this is awesome.
So good.
Oh, it's
Everyone's
so good.
calling in, and
Oh,
kind of thought they might, show Vader and his TIE fighter pilots there for a second, and he's gonna, I'll handle this myself. That kind of would have been cool.
Yeah, it would have been. But like we said, less was more
Less
with
effective,
that.
yeah.
So overall, epic movie.
Absolutely.
And absolutely love it. Where can you throw it in the list? I mean, it's in the
Absolutely.
top 5 for you?
Absolutely,
Top 3?
Absolutely. I even think it's better than episode 3. It obviously doesn't pass
Not 5.
the originals. Doesn't
No,
pass
doesn't.
5. Doesn't pass 4 or 6. To be
Okay.
honest, so it's top 4.
Do you have it above? Do you have it above?
Oh, The Force Awakens. Ugh, yeah, I might.
Yeah.
I love The Force Awakens, though. Don't get me wrong.
I
We just watched it this afternoon.
We did.
And that in lightsaber scene, you can't.
It was great.
You can't.
People that's a whole other video. They can critique that movie. I
And
love
once
that.
again, everyone. That just shows you don't need a lot of lightsaber battles to make a great movie.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it might have been overused
Mm-hmm.
in the prequels.
Yeah.
How much airtime did a lightsaber get in Rogue One?
Next to none.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with Force Awakens. Not much. I guess Kylo used it a little bit, but less is more.
Yeah, it really is.
And we'll probably see a lot of them in episode 8, but that's okay.
I don't know. I think they've got this idea down to like they did in 4, 5, and 6, where you didn't have 800, whatever, 400 Jedi running around the galaxy.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. It's like,
That's right. That's true.
it just makes that one person that much more impactful and meaningful. You know what I mean? So,
Absolutely.
really neat. But
What's your overall score of the movie? I guess we won't have to. I don't know.
I'll go with where I would rank it right now.
Okay,
So I would put it. I thought it was just almost as good as 4.
Really?
I was like
Okay.
super. I really liked it. But I actually see I'm one of those people that right now has episode 7 like actually above 4. So
I mean, that's fair.
but
That's
I
fair.
don't know. I really like it. So I've still got episode 5, 6, and then I don't even know. I'd have to go through that. 4, 4 / Rogue One. And
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
So,
I don't disagree.
but anyways, so awesome movie. Haven't seen it. It's only been out 2 weeks. Go watch it. Last thing we want to talk about is just we have coming up in April. We are going to be going to Star Wars Celebration.
I am so excited for this.
Oh,
Thank you, Lord.
thank you, Lord. So we basically bought these like months ago.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're super excited. So we're gonna go down there and hopefully get to meet some people, attend some panels. Hopefully we might get a teaser trailer before that for episode 8. But there might just be. I think they might just hold off until April.
I agree.
Less is more.
I honestly,
Mark Hamill doesn't. He doesn't want to see a whole. He doesn't like trailers. He's not.
That's true.
A big fan of giving away a lot. So
the Kathleen Kennedy announced that in April we're going to get a trailer, a full trailer. It seems that's probably going to be a celebration. Hugely grateful that we're going for that.
We'll give you
alone.
We'll let you know what happens.
We are going to update during that whole time. So we know that. The only time I can think that they would probably do it is Beauty and the Beast. I think is coming out before Celebration. Is it not?
It might be,
or maybe not.
I don't know. No.
Might have lied about that.
I don't know.
That seems like a big spot that they could fill something.
Well, somebody said that possibly Super Bowl could be like a teaser somewhere.
True. That's
I don't
true.
know, but
That's
we will be on the watch for that.
We will,
sure.
and we're going to be updating you guys at Celebration. We're going to be interviewing. I would like to get a lot of cosplay costumes, interview folks.
Yeah. Yes.
Really want to interview Mark Hamill.
Oh my God! If we come across him, guys, we'll be in a panic. The quality will be terrible, but we're gonna. it'll be great. We absolutely love him, and I love the things that he said about Star Wars fans at the he's said this for years. He's talked about how it's a big family and just how much we mean to him and how much he. I mean, I'll tell you right now, he means a lot to me.
Yep.
And like the way he summed that up too with his words about Carrie Fisher, he's just awesome.
Does a really good job.
Just a great group of people.
We'll update. We'll have every evening. We're gonna try to.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get something up.
Put a little something up.
Might be on Facebook. You might have to check it a little easier to upload on Facebook,
Definitely.
but we'll see. So, all right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. And stay tuned. More videos coming. Thanks.